money trail. For years, sailors died of a horrible disease called scurvy. The British Navy lost 1 million sailors to scurvy. Does anybody know how they cured scurvy? Vitamin C. They didn't even know about vitamin C. They just knew if you eat limes, you don't get it. They called them the limeys, didn't they? Take limes on board. Many diseases that we get today are caused by a deficiency of a vitamin. It's not what you're eating that's killing you. It's what you're not eating that's killing you. If you don't get enough vitamin B, you get beriberi, pellagra, rickets. All those are vitamin deficiency diseases. The Bible says God gave herb for the service of man and bread to strengthen man's heart. Did you know bread used to strengthen your heart? But keep in mind, the love of money, root of all evil. They learned years ago if they take out the vitamin E, the lecithin, and the omega-3 fatty acids, they take them out of the wheat, make the bread with white flour, the bread lasts for months. But the people started dying of heart attacks and strokes and circulation problems. See, it's a simple formula. The whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. Now, it's not the white bread that's killing you, it's what's not in the bread that's killing you. See, God made bread to strengthen your heart, and if you eat, remember the Bible talked about our daily bread? But people who were making bread to sell got tired of having half of it go bad on the shelf where they couldn't sell it, so they had to figure out a way to make the bread last longer to increase profits. It all goes back to money. Follow the yellow brick road. There are two philosophies of health. One is based upon evolution, which says your body is nothing but chemicals that got together by chance over billions of years, so to treat diseases, you add more chemicals. It's called drug therapy. If you have a headache, you say, "Doctor, I have a headache." He says, "Here, take an aspirin." Well, now hold on a minute. What caused your headache? Was it the lack of an aspirin that caused your headache? Are you suffering from an aspirin deficiency? Aren't you treating the symptom instead of the cause? I mean, think about it. See, if you're driving down the highway and the oil light comes on your car, you've got two choices. Find the problem and fix it, or unplug the light. You say, "You would never unplug the light. That'd be stupid." Yes, I know that'd be stupid. The light's not the problem. The light's trying to tell you about a problem. And believe it or not, your headache is not your problem. Your headache's trying to tell you about a problem. Deficiency in magnesium maybe, or protein, I don't know. But most of the drugs that we take today are to unplug lights. They're not to fix problems. They're to fix symptoms. And sometimes that's necessary. I'm not against drugs all the time, but I'm telling you folks, we've gone nuts. Drug companies don't make money when you're well, and the love of money is the root of all evil. Most diseases are deficiency diseases. You're low in a vitamin or a mineral or an oil. There are 16 vitamins, 60 minerals, and 3 oils your body needs every day. Just give it plenty, okay? There's a good book by Bill Sardi, a friend of mine in California, called The Power of Healing, the Power of God. We're out of it on the table, but you can order that if you want to study more on health. Or get his other book, The Bible Prescription for Health and Longevity, by Bill Sardi. And before you get excited about them putting fluoride in your water, you might want to read about the truth behind fluoride that they add to our water systems and how dangerous that is. Back in 1845, a doctor in Vienna, Austria, was horrified because 30% of the women giving birth in the hospital died. 30%. So this doctor noted that the doctors would examine the bodies of the women who died and then, without washing their hands, go examine the next expectant mother. They didn't know about microscopic organisms back then. But Dr. Semmelweis insisted that doctors in his hospital wash their hands after examining a dead body. The death rate dropped to 2%. Anybody know what happened to Dr. Semmelweis because of his great discovery? He was fired. 3 hospitals in a row fired him. Finally, he ended up in a mental institution where a patient murdered him. Just for insisting you wash your hands. 3,000 years earlier, in the book of Leviticus, God had told Moses, "Tell the people, when you touch a dead body, you are unclean, and wash your hands and your body before you touch anybody else." God said that 3,000 years before science figured it out. The other philosophy of medicine is based upon creation, which says your body's designed by God, and He gave us the food to meet our needs, vitamins, minerals, etc. It's called nutrition therapy. We have much more on that on our video series called The Bible and Health, if you want to get a whole lot more on that topic. See, the average number of people that die every year from taking herbs is 0. Every year, about 3 people die from taking vitamins. Every year, about 320 people die from taking over-the-counter drugs. About 9,000 people die from foodborne illnesses. And every year, 90 to 110,000 people die from taking correctly prescribed drugs. This is not counting the incorrectly prescribed. This is those that they told you to take, and you took it and you died. Twice as many as died in the Vietnam War in 10 years die every year from taking correctly prescribed drugs. There are also 2 philosophies of government. We get into more of this on video 5, but one's based on evolution, which says laws come from man's opinion, the rights are granted by the government, and the government should be the all-powerful provider with welfare and everything else. It's called a democracy. Democracies are dangerous forms of government. They always become dictatorships. And they also always talk about this, universal health care. Well, 70 to 80% of all health care costs in America are from self-induced problems. If you want to take drugs and drink alcohol and smoke, that's your business. But if you want me to pay for it when you get sick, that's my business. I've not had any health insurance for 16 years. I've got to watch out for my health. I've got to live in this body the rest of my life. Okay. I don't have it because, I don't want to have it. We just got a bunch of people on staff. We're not going to get it for me until I get it for everybody. And we just tell people, hey, look, take care of your own health. It's a whole lot cheaper. You can save a bunch of money if you don't do all those things that cause bad health. Take care of your own. If we're going to have universal health care, why don't we have universal auto care? I mean, if you run your car into a tree, the government buys you a new car. You back into somebody in the parking lot and scratch it, hey, that's okay, the government will fix it. You blow up your engine because you forgot to change oil, that's okay, the government will fix it. Why don't we have universal house care? See, if you've ever owned a house and rented it out to somebody else, you will understand. How many know what I'm talking about? Renters just don't look at it the same way owners do they? And when it's your responsibility to take care of your health, you'll take care of it. And when you bought the car, you won't back it into a tree and laugh about it. You'll cry when you hit the tree. The other philosophy of government is based on creation, which says laws come from the Creator, rights are unalienable, and the government should be limited. It's called a republic. More on that on video number 5. We could talk about that for 2 hours. Genesis 1:30, and we'll quit here. God said, to every beast of the earth, to every fowl of the air, and everything that creepeth upon the earth, when there is life, I've given green herb. You mean everything that lived on earth ate plants before the flood came? That's exactly right. You say, Brother Hovind, look at those teeth. Now